For those that are new to my channel, my name is Beverly Ann, and I have a website called Lightwarrior. And for those that have been here before, welcome back. I just want to follow on from my previous videos. I know it's been a month ago. The video was called Who Are You? And then I also did another video sort of following on from that is, are we energy? There are three questions that most people ask. Who am I? Why am I here on earth at this time? And what is my purpose? So most of these things can be discovered once we go deep within. As I mentioned before in my videos, meditate, journal, do things to quiet the mind. And another very powerful one, which I'd like to go into more, is breathing. Breathing helps you to still your mind. And once you manage to still your mind, that is when inspired thought comes. That is when the truth comes from your higher self, from that part of you that is part of the universe, part of the ether, part of God. Because as we mentioned earlier, every single one of us here is God. We are, some people say, a spark of God. Some people say we are children of God. But each and every one of us is part of that collective energy. And we are all one. We are all one. So if you harm somebody else, you're actually harming yourself. Breathing is a vital, vital part of living. If we don't take a breath, we're going to die very soon. And we need to breathe to bring in the light. It's invisible. The light from the sun, the light from the energy around us, and we need to bring it into our bodies so that we can be healthier and so that we can connect to its source and all that is. So let's just take a moment to quiet down. You can close your eyes if you prefer, and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold for a few seconds. And as you're breathing out, I want you to use a mantra saying, ah, as if you are also relieved. Let's try that again. Ah. And just breathe all that air out that's deep down in the bottom of your stomach. One more time. Ah. So when you're breathing in, you're breathing in the light and the fresh air, and you're breathing in whatever's coming, needs to come into you. And when you're breathing out, you're surrendering, and you're breathing out stale energy, but you're also surrendering. And I'm sure you noticed that by now, you're feeling a little bit calmer in your mind. If not, please take another 1 or 2 deep breaths like that, and you will soon notice that you become calmer, more centered, more aligned. And at this point, I want to speak to you a while as well about grounding. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but grounding is something to get your body back like 2 feet solid on the ground. Walking on the beach barefoot, walking outside barefoot, walking on the grass, drinking water, swimming in water, having a shower, having a bath, holding a tree, hugging a tree, being out in nature. Anything like that grounds you. Now, we need to start having a daily practice of grounding to bring us back into the body, because we can get so distracted by television, by work, by things, anything around us, that we get ungrounded. So I would like to offer a nice little meditation right now, a guided meditation to help you get grounded, because once you're grounded and in the body, This is the secret that I have missed for so many years on my spiritual journey. I always thought I had to be out there, spiritual, and I've just learned recently, and it's very exciting. I've just learned that we need to be in the body, and we need to be walking in our heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra, because we're moving into the fourth density, according to the law of one. And we need to now operate from a place of love. And you can only do that when you're in your body. And if I can just mention as well about resonance, as I mentioned before, everything is energy and we are energy, and everything we sense and feel is energy. And when you resonate with something, you don't feel it in your mind. Resonance doesn't think, and thoughts can't resonate. So when you feel something deep within and it feels good, that means you're resonating. On a very deep level, you're actually remembering who you really are. And of course, it doesn't make logical sense because we're not thinking about it. It's in the body. So it is vitally important that we get grounded into our body so that we can feel the signs that our body is giving us. Our body is incredibly powerful. The body leads us with emotions. The body leads us with feelings, with sounds, with on the back of your neck, you can get cold chills. You can get a gut feel. There's so many things that our body actually is doing for us. But if we're not in the body and grounded, we're going to miss it. And so we need to now start on a daily practice. Meditate, journal, grounding. You can do it all in one. It doesn't have to take a long time. And I want to encourage you at this point, please try and eat healthier food. Eat more fresh, natural foods, less processed foods. Drink lots of water. Really try and drink more water. Try and stay away from gluten if you can. But just be more aware of what you're feeding your body with, because this body is the temple. This body is your spacesuit that is carrying you on this journey. And if you don't look after it, it's going to give out. And then what are you going to do? You're going to pop back to where you came from. I think life can be exciting. You know, why not just make the most of it? Drink more water, guys. Put some lemon juice in if you're struggling. Even put some salt, some of that pink salt that you can put in, that healthy salt that also takes that edge off the water as well, and it gives you some natural minerals. So let's go back to the grounding meditation. So I want you to sit quietly, preferably sitting, but if you prefer to lie, that's fine. But sitting for grounding is much better. Put both your feet flat on the ground. Unclasp your hands, so just put them on your lap, and then close your eyes. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in and then out again. Now place your hand at your heart. You can't really see in the video, but my hand's here at my heart. Place your hand over your heart, because if you can feel it, it helps you get your attention there. And I want you to take your attention to your heart. Once your attention is at your heart, I want us to take another deep breath. And just before we do that, as you breathe out, I want you to follow the breath all the way down. And I'm going to guide you through it. So let's do that. So take a nice deep breath in. And as you're breathing out, I want you to follow the breath down your spine, all the way down, out your legs, out your feet, down, 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 all the way down to the core of the earth. And I want you to see a big obsidian crystal there. And I'm going quickly in case people can't hold their breath, because it does take practice. Take another breath if you need to at this point. And then tie the energy of your breathing, your breath, tie it around that big obsidian crystal. And then pull energy from the core of Mother Earth. Pull it up, 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 through into your feet, through your legs, up through your body, and out comes to your heart. And now I want you to see your heart center forming like a sun, a big white golden light. And as you're visualizing this golden light, you see it growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it is surrounding you. This golden light is all around you. And you can take a few nice deep breaths just to center yourself. This is what's called centering yourself, being in your heart space. And you can feel you're a lot calmer, you're a lot more centered. And this is an easy little practice. It doesn't take long. In the mornings, you can do that. And then another thing that I sort of showed earlier, but I'm going to just show you what I do in the morning before I sit down at my desk. And it's a very nice little practice. You go, as you breathe in, you lift your arms. Oh. As long as you can push your breath out and then in again. Oh. 2 or 3 times will suffice, and that also brings you centered and into a more focused place. And I just want to mention here, start paying attention when you do your breathing. We've just done these 2 breaths. For me, instantly, I get almost like a dulling. It's not really blocked ears, but it's almost dulling around my ears. And it's like there's almost a quietness in my head. It does take practice. You might not get it right away, but keep going. Well, I know when I get to that place that I am in what's called the theta brainwave state. And there are different brainwave states. The theta brainwave is sometimes called the God state. This is where healing can happen. For example, I am a hypnotherapist, and when I do quantum healing with a person, I take them through the hypnosis, and we start off with light breathing and into your body, and that could be the alpha wave. I beg your pardon. So the first state that we're in right now, talking, listening, is called the alpha state. That is the state that oscillates quite high, and it's the state of learning. Then, as you start slowing down, as you're going to sleep at night and you start winding down, your brainwaves start slowing down and it goes into the alpha state. Then, with practice, it doesn't happen automatically, consciously. You go even deeper and deeper, and your brainwave slows even more, and you get into the theta brainwave. It's all to do with relaxation. Because, and I think I might have mentioned this before in an earlier video, the thing is we have a subconscious mind, which is 95%, and we have a conscious mind. The conscious mind is like a gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. And that gatekeeper doesn't allow information in or out of the subconscious mind unless it's bored, unless it's been put to rest, unless it's you are in a very peaceful state, then it will back down and you'll be able to access the subconscious mind. That's why it's the place of keeping in the theta state, because the subconscious mind is where all your beliefs are, all your habits, all the things that are unconscious go on there. And so if you have said over and over to yourself, I'm ugly, trust me, there's a belief inside your subconscious mind, and you can put on the most amazing clothing and makeup and jewelry and do whatever, and you're still going to see yourself as ugly, even though everybody else there sees you as beautiful, because you have a belief. So to change that belief, you've got to get into the theta brainwave state so that the conscious mind gatekeeper can back off so that you can change the belief. There are other ways of changing beliefs while I'm talking about beliefs. There are You can do affirmations, daily affirmations, but of course that also takes time, but it does work. If you look into your eyes in the mirror, if you can, some people really struggle to look into their eyes, but if you look, train yourself, look into the eyes and see what a beautiful soul you are. And then just say, I am beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. I know they say I am, but or you can say, why am I beautiful? Because the subconscious mind, when you say I'm beautiful, the subconscious mind's going to say, no, Chop, you're not beautiful. I am not beautiful because I've got a belief that says I'm ugly. So when you ask the subconscious mind, why am I beautiful? Or how can I change my ugliness to beauty? Or you ask questions of the subconscious mind, and that is how you can also get in, but that is also time consuming. So hypnosis is your quickest way. Theta healing is also a brilliant way to change beliefs. I'm also a theta healing practitioner. And of course, EFT tapping can also work to help change beliefs, but to get into that subconscious mind, you need to change your brainwave to relax. And most of us are running on adrenaline. We are in the stress mode. We are flight or fright, and then you can't think. Your subconscious mind, you don't have access to it because your conscious mind is in control to keep you safe. That's what the purpose is, to keep you safe. So, going back to the brainwave states, you've got your theta brainwave, and then as you go into a much deeper sleep, you go into the delta brainwave, and that is a deep, dreamless sleep. We'll apparently go through, our brainwaves oscillate through the night from different, but as you go into sleep, it goes from alpha to theta, and then that's where you dream, and then eventually delta. And then when you wake up, same thing. You go from delta to theta to alpha and to beta eventually. And there's a new brainwave that's been discovered recently called the gamma brainwave. And apparently this one oscillates between almost zero and all the way up to peak. So I don't know much about that, but I've just heard that a lot of spiritual healing and work is done in the gamma state. So maybe I should do some investigation and then come back and tell you more about that. But for now, I wanted to show you how to do grounding. So we've done breathing, we've done a little grounding exercise. I've got lots of more guided meditations that I'm going to be posting on my website. I will leave links below, and a lot of them are free for your use. And then I'm making more advanced things. I've just been led, in fact, to start doing this on my website. And I'm very excited because I'm a quantum healing hypnosis technique therapist. And I do, that is like past life, going into the life between lives. And that is where you can access your soul and you can access consciousness, and their consciousness can also do incredible healings for you. Obviously, you're in the theta brainwave, then consciousness will take over and will actually do the healing for you. It is incredible. So I do those online. I'm busy putting a program together where I can do an online self-study sort of one to do quantum healing. I also do lots of different hypnosis and guided meditations, etc. So just keep an eye out. It's still a work in progress, but it is going to be in the very near future. And then, of course, as I mentioned in previous videos, I am a light code activation therapist, and I'm so excited. I've just been initiated to do some incredibly exciting work. I might have mentioned before, I practiced as a 22 strand DNA activation therapist in, I think it was 2007, long time ago. And I've been doing that incredible work. And I was initiated into the Brotherhood of Light. But recently now, the last week or so, I have been initiated to do a whole different way of doing DNA activation, chakras, the higher chakras, and how to get into the Ark of the Covenant, which is actually on the inside of us, and how to become totally energized from the inside out instead of getting energy from people around us. and things like that. So I'm excited about that. Keep an eye open. Right, so let's just go back. The second question I mentioned earlier was, the first one was, who am I? The second one is, why am I here? So this is something that I really would like to just mention here, and I don't know if you're going to get it the first time, but I will speak about it over and over again. I only just had this revelation a few weeks back. Because we are God, because we are source, we are one with all. God cannot experience, and I'm using the word God, but please replace it with consciousness. God cannot experience talking. That's why they're channels. God cannot use his hands, her hands. God cannot use this body in any way unless it is with a spark of it inside of us. Okay? But at the moment, because we're being controlled by our mind and by our ego self, God's got no control. And I really believe that the second coming of Christ as spoken in the Bible is now. As we raise our vibrations and we start elevating and we start operating out of our heart center instead of our minds, or our power base, which is our solar plexus chakra, that is the power, the I am. But now we're going into the we are. And now we want to get to a place where, like playing a computer game, God is the person with the controls, moving the body and the mind and doing whatever needs to. Imagine the powerful life we will live if we were totally surrendered for God to play this game through us. I hope I haven't blown your mind at this point. That is all I wanted to say for today. I will post some links below, and I'm going to be posting more often. I've just moved home, and so things were a little bit unsteady for me, but now I'm back on track, and I'm going to try and post videos at least once a week, but more often if necessary. So thank you for joining me if you're still here. Thank you. If you are still here, that means you resonate with my message, and I'm so grateful to have you here. And if you do resonate, share. Please share my videos with friends and people that you know may resonate as well. And please subscribe to my channel. I'd really like my channel to grow and to reach others, and for people to know that we are God and know how powerful we are. Look within and see how powerful we are, with lots of divine love and light. Thank you. Bye-bye.